I got to interview Biv. He's been one of my most played artists recently and is one of the most artistically inspired people I've talked to. So even if you haven't heard of him and you're on this video, you'll find a lot of interesting stories and perspectives. Also, I'm very sorry for the jankiness. You'll see my mouse in the video freezes for a bit at the end. I was in London doing all this on a Mac. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Thanks for coming on. My first question for you is, how did you get into music?
So I was 18 or 19 years old. No, I was 19 years old and I started making beats based off of like Clams Casino, which is a huge inspiration for me. And I was like, I want to make beats that I want to listen to, but like instrumental type shit. So I was like, let me just start making stuff. And I was a video editor and like made films at the time. So I didn't know what the fuck to use outside of video editing. So I started using Sony Vegas to make beats. And I was sitting there just like putting like 808, like I would do like a drum kit, I put like the 808 wave file and like just match it up. There's no fucking step, there's no BPM, there's no nothing. And I was like, all right, I'll just make some songs over here. And then I like by 19 going on to 20, like I just turned 20. And I was like, let me take this serious. And I downloaded FL, learned all that. And I started like rapping, making beats. And my friends thought it was like, they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh no, it's just a joke. But it wasn't a joke. I was so serious. And then they're like, yo, what are you doing? So I initially just got into it because I wanted to do music like my entire life. I loved music. I grew up around it like everyone did, but like my dad would have on music while cooking dinner every night. Like we'd be like studying in the dining room, like, and my man would have on like Bee Gees just like blasting, and then all of a sudden like Alicia Keys would come on, and it was just, yeah. So I was like, I want to do music, and if I didn't do it, I was gonna regret it. And yeah. And now I don't know if I regret it or not, but I'm here. So that's how I got into it. Was just simply just like, was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start it.
How long have you been doing it for now?
It's like 10 years. Yeah, it's like a decade.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a decade now. Because I was 20 and I'm 30 now, so I'm dirty 30. So yeah, that's crazy to think about. That's actually, damn. That's like, damn. I didn't realize that.
I was like sure you were like 25 or something. That's crazy.
Yeah, that people think that sometimes, and then, which is fine. I'm okay with that. If you saw, like, I have like grays like kind of growing here and shit. I don't care about like the number really as much as I did when I like, the anticipation of being 30 is crazy. Like all through my 20s, I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this done and this done and this done and this done by the time I turn this age and this age. And then I turned 30 and I was like, I feel fine. I was like, I feel actually better than what I did definitely when I was 20. I feel better than that shit. Like, so yeah, but I appreciate that you were saying I look 25. I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm just trying to keep it that way.
I'm like a big fan of your aesthetic. Like, I think I've mentioned that in the video I made about your album, but like, how did you find that unique style?
I do remember you mentioning it and I was like, yes, because it's so fucking important to me. Like, it's a huge part of like, because it's like when somebody pulls up and they see, like, at least for me, and I think it's like that for everybody, if they see something aesthetically pleasing, it's like thumbnails on YouTube. So it's like they see something that just looks interesting to like that, it just like pops off the screen a little bit, or it just seems abstract enough to where they're like, I want to click on that. And like, this looks like it has something attached to it. But I have a lot of influence from the beginning SoundCloud era of grainy, noisy pictures, especially like the number one person would be Bones, of how it was like VHS type of like shit. And I went off of that and I was like, all right, I want to make something that's not like VHS, but something like try and make it my own. And I loved like pictures that looked like film and everything. So it's very hard to like emulate that. However, I would take my camera and just put the shutter speed down to like 1/20, whatever the terminology is. I don't know the terminology, but I know how to shoot with the camera. But I like would just sit there and I would call it as like a sneeze pick. Because I would just shake the camera around and just like, it would be like this fucking whatever, like fuzzy. And we, like, me and my friend Badger, we did that shit. Like, we just go out and do photo shoots like almost every night. So I have like thousands upon thousands of photos to choose from for cover art and everything like that. But like, there's certain like little secrets that I do that I will not tell people, but I got my aesthetic based off of like just like VHS tapes, like old, trying to like make it feel like it's vintage, but it's not. And then it's like chaotic at the same time, and that's just pleasing to look at. It makes people like they're like what, like it's abstract, but not to the point where you can't tell like what is in the picture. I remember X was doing it a lot, and I loved like the contrast of where you could have somebody like going hard as fuck on stage or something, like a picture of that, and the song is the saddest thing you've ever heard in your life. So like I loved doing like contrasts and shit like that too.
Other than your cover outs, how did you come across your other styles?
So that was I feel like it took me a minute to gather like exactly what I wanted as my aesthetic. And I remember like there's some stuff that I look back on, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but it was all like trial and error. But I like when I was doing film and all that, I never studied film because I think that's like a waste of fucking time, like studying it like in college and shit. I attempted it, but I was like, nah, fuck this. And when I was like starting music, I was so depressed, like more so than I'd ever been in my life. And then I was like, all right, so how do I interpret that through whatever? I'm like, well, I'll just be edgy as hell. I was like, so it was like being like, I don't, it's like looking back at it, I wasn't trying very hard to be edgy. When I look back now, it's like, it's almost like cringe, but then it started to get to its own spot. And I just found that I like what fit with my music. So it's like you have this contrast of distortion and then melodic, where like at one point you can have something that's, you know, makes you want to run through a fucking wall, and then you have like next to that something that makes you just want to like cry your eyes out. Or some people find like hope in it. I don't there's like all types of different things, but finding the aesthetic was like being probably as authentic to how I was feeling and what Biv represents for me. And like, so it was like just kind of running off of that and finding like a dark aesthetic that would fit, but also felt like it was a part of me. And I would take shit from like things that reminded me of the best times of my life, but depressed me, like nostalgia. I wanted to almost capture nostalgia in a bottle.
Like Making You Proud?
Yeah, like years. Yeah, like Making You Proud is nostalgia. Like that's the most nostalgic video because it fits the style of videos that have been done before, but it's just like a homemade video because that's literally what it is. It's just homemade videos just of me and my friends going out. And that was like a little bit after the pandemic, like no one was leaving the house. And like, so I was just like, here's a better time in my life. I'm going to share it with everybody. And that one like kind of took people by surprise, like shocked them. So like, this is like a happy video. Like everything else is like really depressing and dark and whatever. And I was like, yeah, like, let's just fuck it. Like, let's just do this one. Cause it's already depressing enough. Like fuck everything. Like I just want to put something out that makes people feel like happy for a second. So yeah, that one was fun. That one was fun to edit.
That video made me like happy, but also sad. It was like, I don't know.
You did
really well with the emotions of that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, man.
What about your name? I think I know what it means. It means it's like the sad like colors of the rainbow, but like I kind of want to hear it from you.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's like the sad colors of the rainbow. It's blue, indigo, violet, but it's like that wasn't the reasoning behind it of like these are like, oh, I'm sad, so like these are the colors. So I had my friend Tyler, who went by Griswold. He helped me get into music. He was like one of the people that was like, yo, you have potential. You should start doing music. You have like a good voice, all this different stuff. And we were gonna do like this little like duo thing. It was gonna be called Roy G Biv. He was gonna be Roy G and I was Biv. And I like I don't know, it was like a couple months after that, I just wanted to do some solo work. Like I wanted to do nothing but solo work. And he was completely understanding of it, because then he just goes back to Griswold, I'm Biv, and that's it. And he said to me, you should still keep the name Biv. And I just said, all right, like sure, I'll run with it. And now it fits to where if someone calls me that, I'm like, yeah, it's it feels like it's like a nickname now, or like almost like my actual name. Like obviously David, like, you know, you got David, but then Biv, I don't like, if someone calls me that, it doesn't feel weird, or like, I don't know, because there's some names that like people come up with that I'm like, how do people even call you that on the street? I'm like, that's like I don't know, it's just so easy. Like Biv, it's easy, it's 3 fucking letters. It's so easy to tell people like that's what my name is. There you go, like look it up. It doesn't take long to do like a signature. It's just really, yeah, that's what it comes from. But then people have made like theories, like they're like, does it mean like for like ambivalence, like ambiv, and they're like, is it because it's like the cold side of the rainbow, like what is it? I'm like, no, it's just a good name. It just fits. It's like I look like Biv, I don't know, so it just fits. That's where that came from.
What were the other names?
There was one D McGreg's, just straight up David James. Oh, Roy, I made some people know who Roy is, but I made like this separate, like not even an account, but it was like a British alter ego called Roy, and I would just rap in a British accent with no British slang, but it was just the accent, and it was called Roy. And I thought to myself, I'm like, damn, Roy's a hard ass name. Like if I had Roy, that would have been a hard name to have. And then there was like Gabriel. Then there was like I don't know, there's like a few different names that I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, that was pretty much it. The only one that like there's like two names right now for Mortem. Mortem was a name for a minute, like a producer name.
Oh yeah, that's on your Genius.
Yeah, that was when I was selling beats and shit. I have like two names right now that I won't say just because they're not taken on Instagram, so I'm not gonna say it. so I'm just not gonna say it because I have like a big thing with like just like I can't stand that I'm Biv.flp. Like I just want to be Biv. I fucking hate it, but like it is what it is. Like I'm just like very like anal about the shit. Yeah, there's like two new names just for like if I want to do instrumental work. Like I wouldn't do like vocal work outside of this, but I would do instrumental stuff for sure. So
what kind of stuff, if you mind saying?
I would do like not really atmospheric that much. I always liked making stuff that, again, like Clamps Casino is such a huge inspiration for me, and without like biting off of his style entirely, like that's because I mean I think it's extremely hard to bite off of his style anyway, but like taking inspiration from him and just like the stuff that I've made myself throughout the years where people can just kind of chill to it, but also like I want something that will make like there's an artist, Keaton Henson, who I absolutely love, and his instrumental work sounds like the score for like a film. And I would do stuff like probably like it'd be like a mix of where it'd be like kind of like I don't know if I don't remember what it was called, like cloud rap or like whatever, cloud trap. I don't know what it was called, but like I guess atmospheric instrumentals that are, you have strings and you could have the 808, the bass. Like I've done composition for art galleries and stuff, and it's like a whole like movie score as people are looking at this art gallery. And it's like I would do something like that, something that makes people just like they could just sit back, and you can't put it on in the car, but you can listen to it just while you're chilling, like in bed or something like that. Like I would want it to be
like ambient.
Yeah, ambient and just easy to get out emotion, because sometimes it's really hard to write fucking anything, but it's really easy to make a beat. So that would be like a great outlet to have. So maybe I'll get going on that. Just fucking start fucking doing it, and like because I think it's just good to keep the gears turning, because that's a huge thing with creativity.
Speaking of emotions, your songs, even before I really got like into your music, I've always realized there's been so much connection with your emotions, like more than other artists. How much of like making music is like an emotional process for you?
So I've had moments where I've been too depressed to do anything. And if I'm anxious, forget about it. I don't want to even like I'm so hyper focused on my anxiety, so I don't even like the anxiety is the top one. But like depression, when I first started, I just like would tap into that emotion, but I wouldn't leave it, and it was this longing for, again, nostalgia, and you just can't take that and try and run away with it. You can't force yourself into the past, and you can't, and that bothered me always. And I would sit in some of the worst mindsets of self-destruction and putting myself in positions where I would take my room and I would rearrange it to look like the time period of which I was like writing about and everything, and like to try and go back in time. Like it was really unhealthy. And at one point I was making this EP that was called Winter at the time. This was in 2017. And I had this whole thing. It was autumn, winter, and spring. It was 3 albums that I did. And the Winter EP is now called Pine, which I think is a much better name. And it was the most depressing EP that I had made, I think, to this day. And the only reason that it's an EP is I had to stop. And my friend Badger, again, I texted him. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was along the lines of like, I'm gonna do something that I'm gonna regret if I'm not feeling good. Like I don't know what's going on. And he was like, well, like you need to stop. He's like, well, I do. Like I know what's going on. Like you need to stop. So I stopped what I was doing with that one and learned how to make music without completely destroying myself, because I think there's like this weird thought that people will have that I'm just sitting depressed out of my mind when I'm making the music, but that's not true at all. It's actually that I experience it, and then from that experience, like a couple days later, I'll be able to write about it, or maybe months later, or it's like I write about things that happened that it's just been happening for years. So being able to do it in a healthy way now is so important. And I know like a lot of my fans would always be worried about me because I would like spiral so fast and I would lock in, but literally lock in. Like that I wouldn't see anybody, talk to anybody, like nothing. I would just completely isolate. So I think being so, I guess, like comfortable with experiencing those emotions through that time helped me to kind of tackle them and learn how to use them correctly and just be as transparent as possible, because I also wanted to just be heard. And I wanted people to feel what I was feeling. Or if somebody, like, if I made something that was aggressive or anything, I wanted people that didn't understand it. I wanted them to feel disgusted. And I still feel that way. Like, I still want them to feel like disgusted by it. And like, if it comes on, like, I love when people will say to me, like, yeah, I put you on the car. And my friends were like, yo, like, you're like, what is this, bro? Like, turn this off. And it's like me, it's like hang from my teeth or something. It's like someone like just listening to me screaming my fucking head off. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, I love that, because it's like, it's not meant for that. Like, it's not meant for those people, and that's fine. Like, those people have other artists that they enjoy, but I wanted to give myself a voice. It was never about anyone else. Like, it sounds extremely selfish, but it was never about anybody else. Fortunately, people related to it, but I wanted my voice to be heard, and I wanted specific people within my personal life to fucking hear that shit and feel immense guilt and pain. Like, I wanted to inflict pain. Like, when they heard it, they'd be like, holy shit. Like, I wanted, yeah, there was a lot of resentment and hate and sadness and just all these different things. And so, yeah, I wasn't afraid to put that out there. I wasn't afraid to be transparent. And I was never afraid to talk about my emotions, like my feelings. So it was really easy to do that. And I think a lot of artists are like that now, where like they're not afraid to be themselves, and they're not afraid to talk about their emotions, which I think is a great thing. With the newer generation, it's just like, it's so much easier because mental health is not as taboo. Like, I see a lot of artists that just, it's more of like they're more insecure about how they sound, not what they're putting out there emotionally. So yeah, I don't even know if that answered the question. I yap like a motherfucker. So so I have like, bro, as soon as you see me stare off into the distance, it's over. It's fucking over, bro. It's done. Like, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, so like basically
No, that was actually like really insightful, because like I can see like what you mean in like the music, but I can never hear that specific story. I don't know. When I hear your songs, I'll definitely be thinking about that specific.
Yeah, you're gonna be thinking about that now. You're gonna be like, yeah. You're gonna listen to it out. You're just gonna see me like, I just want to inflict pain. I want to take his soul. I want to sound like Mike Tyson before a fucking fight. Like, I want to strip him of his health.
What's like the process of making a song for you, like start to finish?
So my process now, which has been this way for probably like, now that we're running on a decade here, it's been like fucking about 5 to 6 years, I'd say, that I started this routine. Because I used to I'd make the beat and then I would put it on my phone and I would sit there and I would just name the beat and put write after it. And then I'd be like, all right, I got to write to this beat. But now I don't put any percussion on anything. So I find a sample that I like, or I'll just make, whatever, just fuck around and see what kind of melody I like, or strum the guitar. Shout out to my girl for getting me the guitar stand. And I will take that and just loop it, and I'll get onto the mic and I will just speak gibberish melodically. I'll never do this with rap. Rap is a different process, which I'll explain in a minute. But with singing, I need to have the melody first and the flow. Like, how does it feel? Like, what is this sample? Like, what's the sample make me feel, essentially? Like, what is the sound? Because if I'm just going to force feed it, then it's going to sound like shit. So I just go with whatever sounds nice. And then I even do the vocal effects. I get that all ready. So it's like an easy process. The minute I just go and record, and then boom, I'll just transfer the effects over. But then I'll listen to what I'm saying, because I'll like freestyle, but like I'll listen to the gibberish and I'll be like, I'm saying something in that. And then like I'll like think of something that's in the gibberish. I'm like, yo, I'm speaking, bro. Like, I'm spitting right now. I'm just like, I'll just write it down. So from the melody and no percussion, record that, and then that's the best part is when the vocals are laid out, and then it's just a free map, and I can just put whatever I want in there, and then the percussion, I sit there for like days and days and days just working on song after song. Like when I did the Sirens Plague, I was like up until like 7 in the morning just working on percussion alone. It was the best part. It's so much fun because that's like, you're like, yo, this is hitting. And then with rap, I need a beat that makes me feel like a specific sort of motivation or like energy. So if I hear an instrumental from artists that I listen to, I immediately look up that instrumental, or I'll find like type beats, write to them, and then those I will then I'll make a beat, I'll rap, and then that's it. Like it's like rapping is not easier. It's an easier process, but it's definitely not easier to write for rap. Like I have to be like in the mood.
Do you prefer one or the other?
It depends on how I'm feeling, but I think I would prefer rap because
Really?
Yes. Because rap is one of the best art forms, or I guess the subgenre of an art form. It is, you can do so much with it. I mean, if I'm sad, I can rap about that. I can make a depressing rap song. I can rap. I've done it like a decent amount of times now. And if I'm feeling like relaxed, chilled, you can rap about that. If I want to boast about something, if I'm pissed off or whatever, like I can just rap about it. And I feel like I don't have to speak in riddles as much, because if I was to write something melodic, if I'm really, really mad, I can't really get that out through singing. So rap, I can I have been so pissed off to the point where I'm just sitting there just writing, like it's like this flow state. It's the best feeling. But yeah, it's I enjoy rap. Like I fucking love rap. Like that's the one thing I'll never do, is because I shouldn't say that, because I did do it at first where I'm like, yo, like I'm an artist, like I'm not just a rapper, because there was such this like thing with SoundCloud rappers like back in the day, whatever. Everyone was like, there was just like this whatever attached to it, almost like you're like a loser. So my ego would be like, I'm not a loser. I do a bunch of stuff, and then I'm like, well, no, I'm an artist, and and hip hop is something that I take so much inspiration from. Like you'll never catch me being one of, and like, because it's all mainstream artists and shit. Like I can't sit there and be like, you know who you are, because no one's gonna look at this and be like, he's talking about me. But there's artists that be like, I'm not a rapper, like I'm a singer, I'm not whatever, like, I'm an artist, like whatever. It's like, yeah, rappers are. So what were you gonna say? Andre 3000 isn't a fucking artist? That like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, fucking like Jid, they aren't artists. Bones isn't an artist. We're gonna say that. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Tyler the Creator is like a perfect example of like growing with himself while staying true to it. But so we're just gonna say they're not artists because they rap like that. It's stupid. So it's like I'm not gonna go off and like I'm not gonna fuck off the country because I'm not gonna like get my fix off of rap and get my like, you know, my fan base populated, and then do what I really was born to do. No, like,
is that a shot at Post Malone?
Honestly, nah. But like, he's one of the people that has done it, but he's always said like, I want to do country. So good for Posty. I like Post Malone. Post Malone's like one of the only people, but like I'm just waiting for Jack Harlow to go into like some dumbass shit. I don't even know. Like,
has he moved to country?
He's gonna move into like Frank Sinatra territory or some shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. But it's like where they just completely wipe away the memory of like, I wasn't rap. Like they're like ashamed of it or something. It's like bro, I fucking, until I cannot rap or I have nothing to rap about, I'm not stopping that shit. Like I'm always gonna rap. Like there is nothing fucking better than performing, and you got people rapping that shit. Like you have the whole crowd going. It's like, damn. And there's other, you know, other genres that get crowds going like that, but when you hear somebody like pop out and you hear them say some crazy shit and they're like, what the fuck? The only other genre is like metal and hardcore, and like everything is like that. I think hip hop and hardcore are extremely similar, and the energy that they bring, because it just to get a crowd to mosh and like want to fuck each other up, but also like jump up and down, like whatever. Like I want people to be like terrified of me when I'm on stage, when I'm rapping, because that's what that side of me is. Unless I'm rapping about the sad shit, then it's like, oh, Like someone I was in when I was performing in New York years and years ago. It was my first show. And I was rapping one of the saddest songs that I've done. And one of the lyrics was like, "She can't feel it with my heartache." And, and someone in the crowd was like, "Oh," because it was completely silent. It was like so quiet, but they were listening though. And I was like, this is so crazy. Like that was such a wild experience. But so no shots at Post Malone. He does it. But I'm not shooting at it. Like I'm not like, yo, fuck you, Post Malone. Like I like Post Malone.
I like the fact that you're like a defender of rap, because like a lot of people that do rap will shit on it, and I feel like it kind of makes the fans feel bad for listening to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they shit on it. I'll never understand that. I'll never understand. Like hip hop has given me an outlet to express so much more than I ever could have, which is why I still will do it. Like I'll take a break from rap because it takes a lot out of me, but like I'll never stop rapping just because it's, I mean, one of my main genres I listen to is hip hop, and there's just so many classics that you can put on. Someone's like, oh, bro, like, yeah, no, there's nothing that's made me like jump out my fucking chair like hip hop, and there's nothing that like you can just, I don't know what, it's just like the stigma that's attached to it, where it's like you feel like you're a one-trick pony, but that's not true. If you can rap, like you can sing, just put on some fucking auto-tune. Like if you can write raps, you can definitely write regular songs. Like but yeah, I don't know. If anyone shits on it, it's just stick to it. Like don't switch over to something stupid. Like I don't know.
I think your bass and like I keep using this word in videos and whenever I'm talking about this, but you have like the best peaks in a song. Your song like builds up to a point and then it like climaxes, and like that's the part where everyone goes crazy. Is that like a key part of your sound, or is that like something you think about when you're producing?
That's something that I want. When I started, I wanted to have like a cinematic build to certain songs, just like how like an EDM artist or like dubstep, whatever, like they build it up, and then the drop, and it's like, holy shit. I want to do it like cinematically. You know, if you build up this song and you just kind of bring people along, like just, you know, it's like, all right, we're gonna slowly make our way over. And the build up usually is very faint for most of them. And then all of a sudden it's just like, it just smacks somebody in the face. And I definitely will have in mind, if I hear a sample, if I start singing, and I'm like, this would have a crazy drop if I did it. Like this would sound nuts if I just had this like drop. And people love that style where it's not necessarily a chorus, but like I will sing something in the beginning, or sometimes I won't. It'll just be like the drop has its own verse to it. But sometimes, if not most times, it's like you have the initial chorus per se in the beginning, and then I just repeat it at the end with an insane drop. And like I definitely have that shit in mind, because it's like you don't want to do too much before that build up or before the drop, really. And I do like to just kind of scare people with it sometimes, like just like you just see, like if you look on SoundCloud and it's like, oh, I see the fucking wave for like just gets huge, and so I'm like, yeah, let's fucking just put that out there, like why not? And I feel like it's like a release. It's really, people have said to me before that it feels like I'm shouting for them, and I always thought that was the coolest thing. And I like to have that within my music, and like in those types of songs where it's like you can feel the tension and you feel sad or whatever it is. It's like all this release of emotion, because that's necessarily what it's representing, is just this insane release of emotion. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna scream this fucking shit because I don't think you heard me the first time. And that's pretty much what that is. that's what it is. And I love doing it. That's like one of my favorite styles. It's like I love hitting people with that.
I love hearing songs like Dirty Talk, like that hit me like
yeah
crazy. Like that shit's like lead pipe dropping in my ears.
Yeah,
so
that's Red Room who produced that. Shout out to Red. I love Red. So my Lithuanian brother over there. He I was like, just do the drop, bro. And it's just like fucking, he just, oh my god, he's so talented, it's insane. But like, yeah, he had a grand time doing that. He had a grand time doing the drop on that. But he's like the only other person that I've trusted with a drop like that, aside from Bad Lad. Like Bad Lad, we did Mother, Father, and Used to Be, and I produced both songs, but I handed it to him, and he took like the mixes and made the drops hit even harder. So that was fucking sick. I remember like he did that, and I was just like mind blown. And then he was here at my house. He showed me like other like tricks of the trade and stuff. Like you can learn so much from your peers, bro. I think that's like something that I didn't do at first, And then I started like making friends within music, and like we just share stuff with each other. You can just learn so much shit from your peers, and just like even mental things to like if you're like spiraling, just like I just hit up like one of my music friends and I'll be like, yo, have you gone through this? And like, yeah, bro, just like let's do this and this. And it's such like a good feeling to have someone who's like in the same field. Shout out to my peers. shout out to my peers. Yeah.
If Red Room produced that song, like how much of your music do you produce? Like most of it, right?
Yeah, I would say like 99%.
It's like a few songs here and there.
Yeah, because there's so much music. I like probably realistically, if somebody did a percentage, it's probably like 97% of my music is produced by me. And then the other stuff is like I always say to people, like if it says on SoundCloud prod by whoever, then it's produced by somebody else. If it's produced by me, I don't bother putting that because I'm like, whatever, like you get it, it's me. And then also like on Spotify, I try to like use the producer, like I'll have it where we put it on both pages. And a lot of the producers that I work with have like their signature like tags, like Scott has like, he had like his one, but now he has the good one where it's like, is it me? And then like Chase, Red, Kira had produced a few songs, Amertum. I don't know if he still goes by this name, but Dead Main. Kamara produced an entire EP of mine. And I'm definitely leaving people out and I feel terrible about that. But yeah, I've definitely had fucking Jesus Christ. LA was the one that produced Making You Proud, and he produced a few other songs of mine. But there's been, so I would, yeah, maybe we cut it down to like 90%, I'd say, actually. 90 to 95% I've produced.
They emulate your style pretty well.
Yeah, it has to fit. And then like, and people will know that. They're like, yo, this has you written all over it. And then it will, like, they'll just make something randomly and they'll be like, you're the only person I could really send this to. And I'm like, that's fine, I'll take it. And Black's produced for me as well. So yeah, he produced a track that's gonna be on the album. So that's always fun.
Upcoming album?
Yeah, an upcoming album. And it's not a production that you would like think. Like it's a mix of both of our, like I did the bass on it, but he did the piano. So it's not like it's a sad song. But I love when he gets on the piano and just starts doing his thing, it's like, oh my God. Like when he did Blur, me and him were listening to that in the car on the way down to JFK. And we were just like, what the fuck? We were just like, yo, this is so like, oh man, like it just hits the tugs at the heartstrings. But yeah, so I don't even remember what the question was, bro.
Is that upcoming album that's gonna come out like relatively soon?
I don't know. Right now, I'm not trying to rush it because that was always a huge problem with me. Was just making something and just like really just half-assing it.
Really?
And then putting it out. Well, those projects that were half-assed are no longer out anywhere. You could find them in the archive that I have, or there's people that sell my archive music, which is crazy. Like, and I tried to combat that by just putting out the whole archive myself. I'm like, here it is for free, don't pay for it. But yeah, it happens. But yeah, I would delete stuff all the time, and people would like the songs and they'd be like, why are you deleting this, I'm like, I don't like it. I have to like the music, have to sit with it for a few months. But I feel like it's either going to come out, I'm either going to get like a complete insane amount of inspiration and just start going and have it out by the end of this year, or I'll have it done up by probably like the end of January. I don't see it going into February, so it'll probably be like at the latest January. But if I scrap it, then it'll just be a bunch of singles that people can enjoy. Like that's the beauty of it now. Like that's because if I half-assed it, they can't be singles. Like they all can hold their own. So right now it's cohesive and it's working. It's called Groundhog. Yeah, so that's it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be kind of like the Siren's Plague Part 2. That's what it sounds like right now to me. Like a more polished version of that, or just I want to say polished version because I love that. I love all my stuff now. So I would say that it's just like it'd be like a part 2. It's like another like that kind of sound. I'm having fun with it. It's been frustrating, but I'm also having fun with it. I mean, it's a part of the process.
When I first came to your page, I was kind of surprised about like how many albums you had out.
Yeah.
Is your pace of making art naturally that frequent? Or is that like a goal for you?
That was definitely at one point. That was just like me putting out. I was just making that much music, and it was kind of a goal to always just like to not think too much and just release whatever. Definitely have slowed down because there was one year I released like 8 albums, and it's like holy shit. But it holds some of like my best stuff, like some of my favorite stuff. But I do like having like some time in between albums to like really make them as polished as I can, because I, like, after a while I'm like this could have been a throwaway, this could have been a throwaway. So it's like they're good albums and stuff, and like I'm not shitting on any, like my most favorite albums like came out in like 2019, 2020. But there's other albums where I'm like, that just could have been not released, or like that song could have just been thrown away. Like, I don't know why I kept that. So it was just me just making a shit ton of music and not really thinking about it. And it was definitely when SoundCloud was like the one, and being on Spotify was like a privilege. And now it's like, I barely post on SoundCloud anymore, which I really should, because there's people that use it. But I just forget to go on there. I forget to go on to SoundCloud. I used to upload all my album would be on private on SoundCloud, but now I don't even do that. So I'm like, I have to start. There's so many things that I have to upload onto SoundCloud now that I think about it.
Is there an album that comes to mind when you were thinking of one that shouldn't have came out? Or maybe not shouldn't have, but you know.
Oh no, definitely shouldn't have came out was I don't remember the name of it. Let me look this shit up. I looked this shit up. No, there's definitely, yeah, there's albums where I'm like, why the fuck, like, I'm like, I don't even like that shit. Like, why the hell did I do that? I think my least favorite album at the very moment, because I think it could have been done a lot better, but it was experimental and it was fun to make. But Don't Be a Stranger is probably my least favorite at this very moment. But that I do believe should have came out. The one that should not have come out, as I'm scrolling down here, is Second Faces. Dog shit. This fucking album should have never came out. Never should have came out. Birdsong shouldn't have came out. 25 could be way better. Epilogue could be fucking 50 times better. Anywhere But Here could be so much better. And this is like my personal thing. Like, some people be like, what the hell? And they'd be like, yo, what are you talking about? Because then there's other people be like, well, I think The King of Scotland fucking sucks. And I'm like, well, that's one of my favorite albums. Like, and that one has like no movement. It's got no traction. No, it's just like, but that one like holds a special place in my heart. But yeah, I would name those ones as like Birdsong and Second Faces could fuck off. I think Birdsong is like the one that I could maybe like revive, but yeah, no, they don't. Like, if I could, I would put Hangman out, but that's a whole different story. That takes fucking 6 years to tell, so I won't go into that. But yeah, so yeah, there's definitely ones where I'm like, don't like that, but it's on there, and people, they like certain songs, so I don't remove it. I'm just like, I'll leave it. Like, it is what it is.
What about your favorite, if you have one?
I do, but it switches from time to time. The all-time favorite is Glass House. That's the all-time favorite. Yeah. It goes between that and The Ballad of Cowardice. Yeah, The Ballad of Cowardice is definitely like, they're like neck and neck. But yeah, I think Glass House takes it like almost every time. Yeah, those ones are like, really, I could listen to them front to back and be like, damn, like I really did what I wanted to do here. Like, I'm like, this is great. I'm like, I'm proud of this. Like, fuck yeah. Like, because like for a while I wasn't proud of albums that I did, or like stuff like I'll look back, I'd be like, and those ones, like I would listen to it, I'm like, damn, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, actually, I did my thing on that. Like, so they've always been like my favorites and shit. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go too much in it, because then I'll start thinking about it and be like, but wait, like, it's definitely those two.
What about the favorite song you've made?
A Moment of Silence. That one takes no thought at all.
Really?
Like, yeah, that's the one. A Moment of Silence will be my favorite song till I make one that overtakes it. But I don't know if that'll ever happen, because I made that in 2020, and going on to what's going to be 6 years. That one is just like, it does everything that I have ever wanted a song to do. Specifically, it does, and it hits so hard to this day. And before that, it was I Wrote This For You. So those would be the two for sure. And they're both like the same type of style, but it was like, so I imagine that the next one will probably be the same style, and it'll just be going on. But yeah, same style, same like topic, same everything. So
Damn, I'm surprised I don't have this one on my playlist. I need to.
it's not for everybody. Yeah, it's not for everybody. It has one of those big drops that you might like, but it's like, yeah, it's definitely my favorite. There's nothing that comes even close to it. Like, it's just up there by itself. It says all alone.
It's up in S
on its
tier?
own pedestal. Yeah, it's an S plus. It's up there. I fucking love that song.
How do you come up with theming for albums? Like, when you choose an idea, what makes you choose an idea?
Emotion plays a big part, whatever's going on in my life personally. But like with concept albums, I'm a big movie guy. I obviously made films and stuff back in the day, as I said. Video games as well. Like I made Metropolis was based off of Cyberpunk before it even came out. And yeah, which was awesome to do because and then the game came out and it was like this buggy mess, which was honestly fun as fuck to stream. But I just loved like the world, like everything. So when it comes to the atmosphere of a movie or a game, like I work off of that. Even if I'm writing about my own personal life, I'll put something up on like my monitor or whatever it is, something that just like fits a sort of like vibe. Or aesthetic, and then it just kind of like so this way, like you're like I'm writing about my life, but also making it sort of like a concept. So I'm not that again, it goes back to like making it healthy. So I'm not just completely fucking thinking like just sitting here like where I put up like fucking home videos when I was like a child and shit. I'm just like crying my eyes out making music. It's like that, like yeah, I'd be dead if I continued to make music the way that I did back in the day. Like I just would not have survived it, or I just would have quit music entirely. So yeah, it's all about like the atmosphere of everything. So yeah, definitely movies and games for sure, like without a doubt.
You made like a mood board or something?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, like sometimes I'll just mesh movies together, like take scenes and put them together, like and render out the video, put it on mute and just pop it in there. And most times it's movies that I've never seen. So I'll just put it up on the thing and I'm like, okay. And then I'll just like am doing the music while it's there. Like I'll just be making the beats and shit while the stuff is on the screen and then mixing it and everything. I'm like, oh, this fits this. And I don't even know what the story, it's just a bunch of shit going on. It's like, so yeah, it's like, it's a, not even a weird process, but it's just like, I'd say it's a fun process though. Cause it like brings this nostalgia and everything. And like, there's certain movies like that are like my favorites that I've watched while making music, and then it makes that movie even more special to me. So yeah, it's just art within art. It's just sounds like so pretentious. Just a bunch of art going on, you know? It's so much art in this room.
What part of the process of making music comes easiest to you?
The beat making,
really?
For sure. Yeah.
I feel like that's most people's hardest.
That's the easiest one for me. I think because I started making beats and didn't do like lyrics and stuff. I gotta pee so bad. Hold on. Got the nice soap smell right now, bro. That's another thing that I used to do. I'm obsessed with like scents and shit, like candle wax and candles in general, soaps and everything. And I would use that because you know like how smells are like nostalgic and shit. I would be like, all right, well, this smell fucking makes me think of this time in my life, so I'm gonna do that. And it would like certain smells would trigger the fuck out of me. So I'd be like, all right, that soap, this candle. Like I have a whole drawer filled with just empty candle wax boxes and shit. And if I smell one, I could go and just be like, yeah, that's spring of 2014. Like it's just like immediately. Like it's crazy. All right. So the question was the easiest thing for
Oh yeah. Like what comes easy to you?
Yeah, I'd say producing. Because I started making beats first, that was a huge thing where like I learned it and I loved it so much. And I think because the process that I created like is easy for me to do. And it's like just extremely basic. Like I don't do like I don't think I'm incredible at making beats. Like I could do like the bare minimum. Like there's stuff like if I watch like Scotsker make beats, I just kind of sit there like in awe because I'm like I'm like what the fuck is he even doing? Like he's just going through like just locked in doing a bunch of shit, and it's incredible to watch him work. But yeah, I think if it's not that, I would say probably the writing aspect. Like I could write a song without if you took away like a melody and all that, I could write lyrics and everything. Like I think writing lyrics is probably the second easiest thing. The problem is always how do you then fit those into an actual melody. So technically writing a song is not the easiest part. It's writing the lyrics is the easiest. Fitting them into a melody might be the hardest part for me. Making
Really?
a whole melody and everything, and like yeah, and then like doing like I'm not like someone who could just like make a chorus off rip. Like I know people who can just make a chorus in 2 seconds. Like they're just like, yep, like here's a hook, and like they just shit hooks out. Like it's like what the fuck, like. I remember Black told me that Brokey, she is just like a hook machine. That she just like is just firing off at all cylinders, like can do a hook like as easy as can be. And I envy that. I really do. I envy that so much because for for a minute, I didn't actually have hooks in my songs. I didn't even have like, I didn't have, I had like, I would have something that could have been a hook, but it would be towards the end of the song, and that was it. I'd have a verse and then that, or it would be like sing and then do like some sort of harmonizing. I would sit there and do like a lot of humming, because I went to a Catholic school from kindergarten till 8th grade, and you were meant to go to church. You had to go to church every fucking like whatever. But I'll tell you what, bro, that fucking Catholicism DJ, like, or just you'd have like 5 people up in the box with the organ, and they would have some of the most beautiful shit. Like I like discovered this like a few years ago. I'm like, yo, I think that's why I do this, because I don't know if you know VTK. Oh my god, fucking Akuma. Shout out my boy. I know his real name. I'm not gonna pop the legal, but okay. But he fucking.
I know who that is.
I love Akuma, bro.
VTG.
Jesus, I can't. I'm like, yo, why? Like, I'm saying it right, aren't I? He's gonna see this and be like, yo, fuck you. I remember he did this reaction, and he was like, it was like how I'll like draw out certain lyrics or like words. Like I'll draw out a word and have it like go fucking like all over, and not like in like a style of how like where it's like vibrato and whatever. But I'm just like going like it's just, I don't know, like I like draw it out. I don't know how to explain it, but I remember he like said it. He was like, yo, who thinks to do that? Which was very complimentary, because I was like, yo, maybe that is like a unique thing that I do. Like, I hope so. And I found that I did that because of, or like I somewhat do it because I would just sit there. I'd be like in 5th grade, sitting there like in the pew. I'd just be like, yo, this shit is fire, bro. She's there like, yo, this is fire right now. I'd be like sitting there like singing the fucking hymns and shit. And I'm like, and you'd be like, it's like in the fucking Christmas, like, oh, but you would have all these different songs that would have like this crazy like it'd be like wild, and you'd just be singing to the Lord Savior Jesus. And when I was like young, I'm like, yo, I don't even believe in this shit, but this music is fire. I'm like, this shit, like, I don't believe in it, but I respect it. That's the one thing. Like, I will never shit on, unless somebody uses religion to, obviously, for, you know, violent reasons or reasons just to go against basic, you know, human rights and just humanity in general. I'll never shit on somebody for believing in something and that's giving themselves like a purpose in life. If someone believes in God and believes in you know, a higher power, go for it. Especially when you make fire ass music to it. That's so I'm not gonna, you know, and my mom is religious as well, and she's the good religious of like where she doesn't feel like she needs to go to church to be one with God and stuff like that. Like, because there's people, I remember like when I was growing up, like I used to go to church. It was like there was like a Saturday mass. We go to like a Saturday, like 5 o'clock mass on Saturday. And which honestly was a vibe, because you like at wintertime, you'd be in there, warm ass lighting. It'd be all cozy and warm. Everybody up in there. They'd have like some Christmas decorations. It's nighttime. The cathedral was beautiful, like the architecture of it. And I'd just be sitting there like, and again, the music, I'm like, oh, goddamn. And like my mom would try and get us into the front row, until the one time me and my mom got into like a laughing fit together, which is the worst thing you ever want to do in church. So I was and my sister was like, stop. She's like, calling it very, just like, stop. We never sat in the front again, bro. Never again. And, but after a while, you would see that people would only show up for like holidays, like whatever. And they'd be like, oh, I'm religious because whatever. And like, they don't practice it outside of it. And then I meet people that don't go to church, but they practice their religion. I was saying, whatever religion it is, but like, they don't feel like they have to go to a fucking man-made building and stare at a fucking another man that's just sitting up there. Because then it's like people will leave a church if the priest leaves, because it's like, oh, that was my favorite priest. It's like, well, aren't you here to praise God? Like, isn't that the whole point? They're like, nah, fuck that. I want to go with fucking Monsignor fucking Coral. It's like, oh, okay. Like, that wasn't even someone's name. I made that up. But it's like, they would be like, oh, the Monsignor isn't at this one anymore. I got to go over this one now. It's like, I don't know. Like they're going on tour with the priest, bro. Like, it's like, I don't fucking, yeah. So that essentially made harmonies and all that stuff definitely like a big part of my music. I had to like reel myself back. That made the harmonies and everything, like it made it huge. Yeah. And then just listening to other artists do it. Yeah, like listening to other artists do it, it's like I'll hear like a good like melody with the harmonies, and I'm like, oh, like how'd you think of that? But like, god damn, like how'd you think of that? But I'm so glad you did. Like that's Oh my god, that's why like Billie Eilish is one of the best at doing harmonies, and I love Billie Eilish. If I could, like, that's like my dream collab is to work with Billie Eilish. I think that would be the dopest fucking song or album ever. Like, I think it'd be the greatest fucking. You got Phineas making the beats and shit. Like, oh my god, bro, it'd be so fire.
That's like I can stream all I want and no one will hear me, like a full album, I feel like. You know?
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, it would be fucking crazy. So, yo, Billy, if you ever see this, or Phineas, if you ever see,
They're
never.
both watching. Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
How do you go about ordering an album?
I like to do stuff where it's like bringing people kind of like on a ride. It's like, I think that's whatever every artist like refers to it as, that because it's what it feels like. But everything is put in a specific order for a specific reason. So to have you hit like a high note at a certain point and then bring you down. It's the same thing like if you were to make a set list for a show. It's like, all right, how do I want the crowd to go up or do I want them to go down? I definitely keep in mind the storytelling aspect, but more so it's like the story is going to get told regardless. So it definitely comes down to just how does everything cohesively feel? Like, how does it flow? Like, does it feel too aggressive at times? Is there too much going on? Like, because I don't want to sprint to the finish and I don't want it to be like, I want the ending to always hit in some sort of way, whether it is softly letting people out, or if it's like bing, bing, bang, boom, okay, get the fuck out. But like, usually there's a nice intro that comes in, gives you the vibe of it, and then set it up with a song that's like, here's the sound. And then like after that, it's probably going to be like the next 2 to 3 songs, or like songs 3 and 4 are like the best ones on the album sometimes. But I don't really try to look at that. I never do singles because I want them to listen to everything all at once, which I'm glad you pointed that out because I was like, yes, I do that shit on purpose. I was like, I want everyone to listen to that shit all at once. You never hear it until the album comes out because you're meant to listen to it right then and there.
Yeah, I wish more people did that.
Yeah, because it's like, listen to it right then and there. And like, I make it for a specific season, but whatever season it fits for you is what fits for you. So if you listen to it in the winter time, that's what it reminds you of. And it's a winter album for you. If it's spring, then it's spring. If it's summer, then it's summer. But I always have it like in mind for me. I'm like, well, this is meant to be listened to in the winter. This is meant to be listened to in the spring, and certain things like that. So yeah, it just really comes down to like, how does everything fit together? And is it too much of this, or is it like do I want it to spike up and go crazy and just like, yeah, sometimes catch people off guard, but it's really just meant to bring people on like that little journey of like how I felt making it as well. Yeah, that's like pretty much how I go about it. And then I listen to it just a bunch of times going through, and then once it's like all set, listening to that fucking track list from top to bottom is the best feeling in the world. You're just like, oh, it's done and it like fits nice, everything's just pristine, like, oh, this is so good. And then you get fucking all sad, like you get like postpartum depression after you release it. You're like, oh fuck, you're like, what do I do now? Like, yeah, you're like, fuck, like I'll never make an album again. It's like rinse and repeat, and you just keep going. And it's like, so yeah, that's how I go about track listing and doing all that.
How do you choose which song gets a music video?
Usually just popularity, to be honest. Popularity, or if something sounds like, yo, this would have a sick fucking like visual. And shout out to Nate, because Nate has like said to me before, like, we should do a video to this. Well, Newt video, but he's pointed out like, let's do one to that. And I'm like, all right. And then
Give Grace is so good,
bro. He killed that shit.
I've watched that like a million times.
This is the first time he met me. First video we did, I was just like, yeah, let's go, bro. Like, I'm gonna take you to this spot. Like, we're gonna walk down Main Street in my town, and I'm just gonna act like I'm fucking I'm just gonna be like people were like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, oh my god, when he sent that back, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is insane. I was like, this is some fucking Attack on Titan shit. He was like, yeah, I have like stock in it or whatever, so I can, or whatever the fuck he has, like he can use it. And I was like, this is crazy, bro. I'm like, holy shit. And I think that song too is like, if there was one from that album to have a video, that was the one to do. Like, so yeah, it's really just it's kind of like a popularity contest. And then there's other ones where some, like there's I Should Have Jumped. That one is like, the song was made with the video even in mind, and then the concept was made up on the spot. It was me and my friend Badger made up the whole concept of it and like made it completely clear, this is what we want to do, this is what this means, and went in and made it. And then and then other ones, it's just, I'm like, I want to, this one, I feel like this could be good with a video, and then I just try it out. And yeah, I mean, my videos are pretty lazy. Like, unless Nate is doing it, they're lazy. Like they're just kind of like they're one shot, whatever. But I'm a big fan of the one shot music video. Do the emotion all in one, because it's like a dance. It's like ballet almost. And like I love doing, like, one of my favorite videos is from a song called Either Way. I just went out in the snow and I was just feeling like whatever. And it's the same shit with I forgot the name of the song. It features Leah Clark though. It's her sample. I don't remember the name of the song, but I was out in the rain and I'm terrified of thunderstorms because I almost died in one. so I almost died in one when I was fucking 13. So, but like if it's like windy as fuck, like I hate that. So I went out in one, exposure therapy, got that on film. They got blood on me and shit and whatever. And I'm just like feeling the emotion, and then you just put it in reverse. But like I'll sit there and do like these weird movements with my body and just like whatever I'm feeling with the music, and then just reverse it. And yeah, I have fun doing those, but I have fun doing all of them. But they're definitely just kind of like, fuck it, bro. Like I'll just hand my camera to like one of my friends and be like, yo, can you just film me doing this? Like, just shake it around a bit. And that's it. Like that's pretty much it, like, for the videos. Like it's definitely not as deep as people might think.
The song makes it deep, Like I went through a little binge a couple weeks ago, and then yesterday too. I found meaning in everything,
Yeah. There's Let Me Leave has a lot of meaning in it, especially because my mom is in it. My mom is in the video dressed as the Mother Mary, but not. It's like a dystopian. It was meant to be like a dystopian kind of like apocalyptic Mother Mary, and it was meant to replicate the painting. I don't remember the painting's name, but I just remember seeing it a lot in school, and it was always statues of it and shit. And it's her holding Jesus Christ after they take him off the cross. And yeah, my mom, I'm a huge mama's boy. My mom is like everything to me. So, and the song itself has like all this different shit, all these elements to it. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So I was like, so I asked her, I'm like, you want to be in this? And mom's like, yeah. So I did it, and it was that's definitely one of my favorite videos for sure. It's not the favorite, but it's one of its top 3.
Which one's your favorite?
It might be Give Grace. It might be Give Grace because of that, but I think because of the effect that it had, it might be I'm Not the Same. That video might be the one, because that one brought a lot of people to my music, and it just holds, I don't know, it's like holds a little special place in my heart. And if it's not that, then it's I Should Have Jumped. So if I had to pick, if it was a gun to my head, I Should Have Jumped, because of the fact that I made it with my buddy, who was like one of my best friends, and we both were going through it at the same time, and just made this concept based off of the song. I really put a lot of effort into it. I can still watch it to this day, and I'm like, man, we really had so much fun doing that. Like we had that was just like a good time being like, oh, like getting the shots. We were like, yo, we love this. Like, fuck yeah. So I would say I Should Have Jumped is the number 1 music video for me personally.
I need to see that one.
It's got Russian subtitles if you need it. It's
Do you have a big Russian fan base?
Yeah, they're unfortunately cannot listen on Spotify, all that. So like it doesn't show up because they don't like they had Spotify for like 8 months, and then they took it away when the war fucking happened. When that started was crazy, because I had fans in Ukraine and fans in Russia, and I was getting both sides, and it's horrible on both sides. When they had it for 8 months, I remember my monthly listeners shot up to like 150,000, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what is going on? And they overtook the US and like everything. I was like, yo, this is insane. And then they took Spotify away. So that's why I want to upload more stuff onto SoundCloud, because I know that's where a lot of like my Russian listeners are at. But yeah, unless they got a VPN, there's no Spotify. I love my Russian listeners. I really do. I learned Russian for like a second. I don't remember like any of that shit, but I used it. I had the basics down. I could understand some of it, and I had like all the curse words down, of course. But like everyone in my fan base, I truly like. I love, but like something about like my Russian fan base, like they're like ride or die. Like it's fucking like they've been with me for fucking years, since like 2017. Like it's crazy. Like they like grew up with me. Like it's so fucking weird, bro. Like it's. Like in the best way. Like it's just crazy to think about. But
yeah, I didn't expect such a like high international audience, but I guess your sound is very
because you can't understand what the fuck I'm saying. So if you just toss it over to Europe, they're like, well, I don't even need to know English to hear this shit. Like it's basically just like an atmospheric song at that point. They're like, yeah, this is nice. Like, because it's until recently, like I started doing like where Black was. I asked him like, what do you think like I should start doing like with my vocals? Like what, but from your point of view? And he was like, less is more. He's like, I think we underestimate how much of a factor that is. So I stopped putting so much effects on my voice. You can hear what I'm saying now. Like you don't need to fully see the lyrics, but it's like, and I would also be like sitting there, like I wouldn't like fully pronounce shit because I'd want it to be like a specific vibe, but then you would throw on 2 different reverbs, a chorus, a flanger, a fucking like whatever distortion, and then like you can't hear what the fuck I'm saying at all. And then it's like, yo, this shit slaps. Like this it's like, yeah, you got to read the lyrics. Like you can't just put it on and be like, okay. And it's still like that in some songs, but
like War Wages is you can sing along with that.
Yeah, that's extremely raw.
That was a song that triggered my like going through all your discography.
Really?
Yeah, I heard like, the snippet and I was like, oh, I'm hooked.
Like, I gotta go through everything, bro. I gotta fucking War Wages is it's political, but I mean that's music in general. I mean not music, but like Dual Processing is a political album. It's in different aspects and stuff, but yeah, War Wages, I was like, I'm seeing a lot of things that's pissing me off, and I'm like, I'm just gonna write about it, and I'm probably still gonna keep writing about it. I wrote about some shit in another verse that isn't released yet, and I'm like, all right, yeah, like it's the best way to get it out. So never gonna shy away from it. Like I'm not like, because some artists would be like, I'm not a political person, but like they'll write about political shit, and I'm like, well, what? I'm like okay, like all right, like yeah, I'm not with the politics, dog. And it's like, all right, bro, like I'm not fully like, I can't sit here and have like a fucking debate with somebody, but I have like my stance on where like what I believe in and shit, and like that's so I think that's important enough. That's enough. And I think it's also when people are like, it's like when a basketball player has like a political view and they're like, just dribble the ball, bro. And it's like, everyone's allowed to have an opinion on politics and on anything else in general.
I think especially musicians too, because it's so like raw.
Musicians should have something, because that's just like, you're already going against the grain. So just why not just keep it going? Like why not, bro? Keep it fucking rolling. Like speak your mind in every essence, whatever the fuck it's about, whether it's politics, emotions, fucking your neighbor stole your mail, I don't fucking know. Write about it. Like just see, like you want to, I think sometimes in my own experience, I would be afraid to provoke certain emotions in the beginning, and once I let go of that, it was over. I was like, yep, I don't give a fuck. And then that's when it led up to that, like I want to make people feel pain and suffering and fucking like all that else. Like, then I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit what it provokes, bro. I'm just putting out what I want. Like,
I think you have such like a top down overview of like music. I really appreciate it. Like all the like comments you've made on my channel, like you've had like the most insight out of like any comment, you know?
Oh, bro, I love watching your stuff, bro, because I love video essays on everything, like all kinds of stuff. But like music, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, yeah. And you're like going, I'm like, yo, yeah, bro, let's go. He's spitting. Like, bro, you keep making those, because I will. If you got no viewers, I'm dead. Like that shit, like I will fully, and I know at the same time, I know that it means a lot. You put in a shit ton of work, like you put in a lot of effort into it. So like, it feels good to get feedback that's actual feedback. Not like, yo, this is fire. Like you want to hear like, yo, this is what this is what I saw, what I felt, everything, like, and keep going. Like that's just what, like at the end of the day, like that's what it is. It's like, I want you to know that this within itself is like art. You're speaking on stuff in such a like way where it's like, yo, bro, like I will always try and put a very like thoughtful comment if I really fuck with something, because like I really fuck with it, and it's like, it's not just like off of like face value.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man, you're goated. You're goated, bro.
It's one of my favorite things to get a comment from an artist being like, yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was making this, and you got it right on, which is like, yeah, no way. Like I didn't expect that.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff like spot on. I was just sitting there, I'm sitting there like just cheesing. I'm like, yo. Like, I mean, I'll sit there and I'll watch Akuma's reactions, like if I'm feeling like shit, or if I just feel like I'm just like, I'm gonna go watch Akuma's reactions real quick, and I'll watch like his whatever album, and I'm like, man, that's what it's all about. So it's all about. But like, I mean, I've watched that video essay fucking I don't even know how many times.
Really?
And I was just yeah, bro. I mean, it's so when you make a video essay or like anything like do you write out a script?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you do a whole script, and then what intrigues you to like what made you want to do video essays on like music and stuff?
It like literally the feeling that like you get when listening to like a good song. Like you hear something like someone needs to hear about this. Like like no one's heard this. Like a big drop in like I don't know. I think I died in 2017. Like that that hit, that peak. Like come on, I need to tell someone about that. You know?
It's like you speak on it like so it's like it feels. You know what it feels like? It feels like when you are just like in a group like with your friends and you just start talking music.
The audio and video froze here. Sorry about that.
All right, my last or second to last question is, what are your future plans for your art?
I would like to obviously continue doing albums, but I think I'd like to venture into doing singles more and just see what happens as far as like doing singles, clocking into TikTok and Instagram reels and stuff like that, and just like having fun with that aspect because it's helped a lot in the last year. I think making singles also takes a lot of pressure off of like, you know, when you're making an album, like I don't know, there's so much fucking pressure to it. And I like just, I miss making a song and being like, this shit is fire and not feeling like I have to put this on an album. Cause like I'm at that point right now where I'm like, nah, everything's gotta be an album and just make more singles that people can enjoy and just kind of just like whatever. It's almost like, you know, throughout the year, whatever I'm feeling, and then just kind of like look back on it. Like maybe even do like 2026 if I don't make the album, or if I do make the album by the end of this year, all of 2026 just being nothing but singles. I just see what happens. And just always learning shit, no matter what. Like I can always learn something. Like I've never like, there is no like, all right, I've made it. Like I know everything. I'm good to go. Nah. Not at all. Definitely want to do more live shows. Definitely want to get merch out again. I haven't had merch in fucking years. And yeah, just I want to continue to be as like close with my fan base as I am. But definitely, I think I could be more in tune with everybody. And so just figuring out ways to do that too. Just so I can just keep up with everyone. Like I don't know, I like to treat it as like a community. I always hate like saying fan base because it just feels so like weird because it does feel like a community. But yeah, so I'm not gonna like drastically change anything, but just like kind of add on to stuff and see where it goes, you know, just because I'm still learning shit even at 30 years old, 10 years in, learning stuff and finding my way towards like a more pronounced career. And probably step out the box with like some features maybe, or just out the box with certain sounds. Like War Wages is different from a lot of stuff that I've made. Yeah, essentially like the basic answer, but you know, don't want to do too much. Don't want to like bite off more than I can chew for sure. Just keep it as simple as possible.
I feel like War Wages was very like the epitome of this is a good song. I'm not gonna like think about it harder than that. And it's just
No, I played on my guitar. I had the fucking pedal and I was like, fuck it. And I just started playing the guitar and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna write this to this. And I'd made it that day and just immediately was like, yeah, I'm dropping this. This is no reason to be kept away. Plus it's based on what's happening today. So I'm like, yep, this needs to go out now. Like if I can drop it. And yeah, and Pete got a lot of good feedback. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, let's go. Like, I like that. Like, I like trying something that's not too different, but like different enough and people like it. Like, that's obviously that's always important that, you don't want to make something and everyone's like, this is dog shit. Like, you don't want to do that. Like, you don't want that. Yeah, that's not like I don't believe any artist that said like I do it all for me. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's like this is my life's work, brother. Like I gotta make a living off this. Like people have to like this shit. Like, I can't just fucking go off and make bullshit. Like
what about for the show? Like where are you planning on doing that?
I don't know if I can say right now. There's one that was like that I was in the works, not in the works, but like I was emailed about it and like they're gonna be setting up. It'd be like for next year. I sent it over to Jay and I'm like, all right. I'm like, you gotta do this because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I know merch I want to get out early in the year. I want to make it as cheap as possible because I don't want people paying a bunch of money. So I need to figure out how the fuck to make it to where it's like not like $60 for a fucking hoodie or like even more. Like I feel like this is not me shooting at fucking any artists that like sell their merch. But like for me personally, I like the different, like I use like Teespring. So it's like they're not getting insane quality of merchandise. So it's like if I can make it as cheap as possible, that's great, especially when it's like going out to like Europe and everything. But there's other artists who make extremely great, high quality merchandise that is worth the price. Like the Chicago brand, like Mod, like I've had this since 20 by the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, whatever it was, they gave this to me for free. But their stuff costs like, I don't know how much it is now, but it's so worth it because of the style, the brand, and that the fucking hoodie holds up and everything. It's like, so no shots at anybody. Like buy Bad Lads merch, because his merch is always fucking. His merch is in my closet, but his merch is so fucking comfy. It's like, holy shit. And a lot of dudes are really creative with it. Like mine is just like, here's some Morse code bullshit and like whatever. Like it has meaning to it, but it's not like, it's nothing crazy. So I'm trying to make it, I'm trying to be like Shaq, where you put fucking knockoffs in Walmart so kids could have shoes to play basketball with and shit. Like fucking, I think that's important. Just like, I think just someone wearing my merch that's enough payment for me. Like I like that, which is a privilege to say, because a lot of artists make their money off of that, and I do too. But like, it's, being independent has its perks to where it's like, I don't really have to worry about merch as much and shit like that. Fuck a label, bro. fuck a label.
I'm trying to collect all the artist merch that I interviewed.
I got to get you one that was like, it was probably like my most popular one that came out years ago.
What was it?
It was, my girl has it. I think I have the gray one of it, but I don't know if it's in my closet. But it was
audio and video broke again. My Mac was 1,000 degrees and wouldn't record, so now it's Biv's recording of the Discord. Sorry again.
We're good? Okay.
Yep, you're recording. You're on.
Awesome. Okay. The last question that I like this as a tradition, because I've heard some of the most poignant stuff. But do you have any advice for aspiring artists?
Yeah, this is the go-to. People are like, yo, just fucking be yourself. Whatever. It is very cliche, but it is, like you have to be true to who you are. If you try to be something that you're not, somebody that you're not, try to ride that wave for however long, you can't keep up with that act. And it's like, I think that's the most important part to start off with, is to use it as an outlet for who you are, not who you are, like who you want to be. Which is not to say that you should, because you should always strive to be the best version of yourself, etc., etc. But if you want to be a carbon copy of this person, this person, this person, and this person, and this mesh it together, and you find all of your personality based off of what you see, like who you hear, it's not going to come off authentic, and no one's going to, it's never going to come off well. And then the other biggest thing after that is to make timeless music. If you hop onto trends, your music will diminish, your art, everything, but your music itself will diminish the minute that trend does. And you might get a little bit of traction here and there, but it's not going to stick with people. There's people that are finding my music now that I made, like Lost in Queens, I think is my second most popular song right now. I Can Scream All I Want, Nobody Will Hear Me was made originally in 2017 and was remastered for streaming services. Lost in Queens was from 2016 and was remastered a little bit, but was written in 2016. I found Bon Iver after 10 to 15 years after their first album. So, timeless music, you want, there's a reason why Mike Jackson is still Mike Jackson. You want to have timeless shit. And just have fun with it. Treat it as a hobby and give yourself some time to learn. It's not like an overnight process. So yeah, I think that's what I would leave it at. Oh, leave it at that.